driving this cost saving?
Yeah, well, this is pretty big stuff, Laura, for Australia's biggest telecommunications company, which has the majority market share in most of the areas of broadband, mobile telecommunications. And the $500 million, there's no real direct job losses associated with that. But there are still more job losses to come to finish off the job of T22. That was by trying to get the workforce of Telstra down from about 25,000. They're saying around 17,000 now, but may go even a touch lower again before it's all finished. But there are other things that are a part of this. Say, for example, 5G. It wants to expand its coverage of this. So today there's some key features it's brought out that basically are the highlights of this. So it wants 5G telecommunications to 95% of the population, which is pretty significant with this new technology, the so-called Internet of Things as well. But it's also striving for the new technology called 6G, which it wants to come in as part of this T25 strategy. An extra 100,000 square kilometres of Australia covered by the mobile 4G or 5G networks, the extra $500 million in cost cuts we've talked about. But the thing driving this is Telstra wanting higher returns for its shareholders. The one thing about Telstra over a very long period of time is it's had very, very low returns for shareholders in terms of the amount of money they've got invested. That's the thing they're trying to drive up in this next 3-year period.
Interesting indeed. Also today, Myer has returned a profit, but is it going to be enough to placate Solomon Lew?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to be interesting to watch because only a month or so ago, Solomon Lew was threatening to call an extraordinary general meeting. He's now got 15% of the shares at Myer. He wanted to call this meeting to basically roll the Myer board and instill his own people into there. Today, Myer came out and it was interesting profit statement. So this is a full year profit statement. If we go through the profit statement, what you can see is how the results look out. It's made net profit of $51 million. But just have a look here. JobKeeper, etc. The etc. is interesting because it's all the rent relief that it received from government during this past year. Now, most of it came in the first half of the financial year, but you can see the JobKeeper basically equals a net profit. They do say they would have been profitable without that government support, but it is pretty important. But there has been a turnaround. Despite all of the lockdowns occurring, Sydney, Melbourne in particular, Myer has actually come back to life in a big way. The sales growth there is strong, up 5.5%, but notwithstanding this, the dividend is zero. So there's been strong growth. In other words, Solomon Lew doesn't get any extra cash as a result of this result from Myer.
Very interesting indeed. Now, the unemployment figures are out in about an hour's time. What should we expect given that a lot of us are in lockdown?
Yeah, that's right. Lockdown and therefore people not having jobs. So this is about trying to see whether people are disconnected or connected. So the unemployment rate is forecast to rise from 4.6% last time to 5% this time around. Now, I would actually warn people here because there's all sorts of forecasts and they're all over the place. So there's no real sort of one view about where this unemployment number is going to land. It has been certainly much stronger than people expected in the past, but the average number of jobs thought to be lost by the economists surveyed is 80,000 jobs in this past month, but we will find out in about an hour's time, as you say as well.
Yeah, we hope we do get that bounce back eventually. Ross, thanks so much.